Hi viewers, welcome to Gani's YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to explain you how to create this type of fabrication drawing in Tekla structures. Okay, let's start. Open Tekla structures with Indian environment. I'm going to create column. So click on steel and select this column and click on here to place the column. Right click on mouse interrupt. Use the shortcut Control 4 for render view. Now I'm going to edit this column, so double click on it. By default, we're going to take ISMB 400 profile. Let's take top level 5000 and bottom level 0. And click on modify to see the result. Click on here and enter P1 for part number and assembly number C1 and click on modify and close it. Now I'm going to create same column at here, so click on this column and click on here to place the column. Right click on mouse interrupt. Now I'm going to create beam, so click on this beam and pick the first point here and pick the second point here to create beam like this. Right click on mouse interrupt, double click on this beam. By default we're going to take ISMB 300 profile. If you want to change, you can change from here. For example, we're going to take part number here P1 part 1 and assembly number B1. Now click on modify it and close it. Okay, now go to create views, so click on grid, right click on mouse, create views along grid lines, then click on create, then click on OK and OK. Now go to elevation on grid A by using the shortcut Control I and select this grid at A and click on this arrow to open elevation view and close this window. Now I'm going to create construction line, so click on edit and scroll it and click on this construction objects and select this line and pick the first point here and pick the second point here to create construction line. Right click on mouse interrupt. You can see now I have construction line. Select it, click on it, right click on mouse, move spatial linear. Now I'm going to move in upward direction, so let's take here in Z direction. You can see in coordinate Z direction we need to enter 300, click on move and OK. Right click on mouse interrupt. Now I'm going to create same construction line at here, so click on here construction object and select this line and pick the first point at the bottom of this beam and pick the second point at here. Right click on mouse interrupt. Now select this construction line, right click on mouse, move spatial linear. Now we need to move in downward direction, so enter here negative minus 300. Now click on move and OK. Right click on mouse interrupt. Now I'm going to create brace angles here, so click on steel and select this beam and zoom it here, pick the first point at here. So before that we need to activate this option snap to intersection point, so click on it and pick the first point here, intersection point, and pick the second point at, click on here to place the angle. Right click on mouse interrupt. By default you will get beam, so now go to change this profile, so double click on this beam. Now click on here, select this angle brace. Now I'm going to take part number as a P, part 1 and part 2 and assembly number BR. Now click on modify and close it. Now I'm going to take same angle in this direction, so click on this beam and zoom it here and pick the first point at intersection point and pick the second point, zoom it here and click on here. Right click on mouse interrupt, zoom out and click on this window and select this 3D view. You can see now we have member placement, columns and beam and bracing. Now I'm going to create connections, so go to application components by using the shortcut Control F. In search bar type number 1042 and select this base plate component and select this column first. Now pick the position at grid intersection point to create base plate. Now close this window, right click on mouse interrupt, click on space, right click on mouse, redraw view and zoom it here. Use the shortcut shift to 4 for render view for components. Now double click on this base plate. Now click on this parts tab. Now I'm going to give this part prefix number P. Let's take here P. You can give BP1 also, BP, and start number always you need to take 1 and click on modify it and zoom it here. Now I'm going to change this spacing between these two bolts. So click on this bolts tab. Let's take here 100 and click on modify it. And now I'm going to change the lengthwise direction. Let's take here 200, click on modify it. Okay, for more details about this connection, I have clearly explained in my previous videos, so go to my channel and watch it. Click on modify, apply, okay. Click on space, right click on mouse, redraw. Okay, now we're going to create same connection at here also. So go to application components and select this base plate and pick the main part as a column and pick position at here and close it and zoom it here. Now go to create connection between this column to beam. So right click mouse interrupt, go to application components by using the shortcut control F. In search bar type number 144. You will get this component end plate 144 connection. So select this component and pick the main part as a column and pick the secondary part as a beam. Now close this window, right click mouse interrupt and double click on this component symbol, click on this place tab. Let's take this plate prefix here P and start number 1 for part 1 P1 P2 like that. So we need to take here start number 1. So now go to stiffness tab. In stiffness also we need to take here 6 and 6 thickness. Click on modify to create stiffness on top and bottom also. So prefix also we need to take here P for part 1 and part 2 like that. Start number always we need to take 1 for counting from number 1. So click on modify, apply, okay. For more details about this connection, I have clearly explained in my previous video, so go to my channel and watch it about this connection. Okay, now I want to create same connection at here. So go to application components and select this component and pick the main part as a column and pick the secondary part as a beam. Now close this window, right click on mouse interrupt, click on space, right click on mouse redraw, like this. Okay, now coming to this bracing connection. So go to application components. Now we need to enter here component number 11 and select this bolted gusset 11 and pick the main part as a column and pick the second part as angle. Now press the scroll wheel button to place the connection. Now close this window, right click on mouse interrupt and use the shortcut control R and pick the rotation point here and use the control and mouse middle button to rotate like this and right click on mouse interrupt, double click on this connection, or you can click on this component symbol also. If you are not able to move this window, you can use the screen controller. You can see double click on this screen controller software to open. If you don't have this screen controller software on your system, so I will provide the link in the description how to download and install this screen controller, so you can go through it and watch it. Okay, click on this screen control option and move it here and click on this window and click on this arrow to move downward direction and click on this move to upward direction like this. Okay, now click on this gusset tab. Now we're going to take this part prefix number P1. You can also give GP1 like that. Start number 1. Let's take all parts. We're going to take P, P1, P2, P3 like that in this project. So let's take like this. Now we're going to remove this chamfer here. So click on more upward direction and click on here and select this option. Click on modify it. For more details about this connection, I have clearly explained in my previous videos. Please go to my channel and watch it about this connection, how to edit and how to enter the options. Now click on modify, apply, okay. Now go to apply the same connection at here. So go to application components by using the shortcut control F and select this component and pick the main part as a column and pick the second part as a bracing and press the scroll wheel button to place the connection. Do the same procedure at here and at this location. Right click on mouse interrupt and close this window, click on space, right click on mouse redraw view. You can also create the connection at here. I will explain you in next video how to create this bracing drawing also. So currently we are working on this column drawing. So now go to create numbering. So click on this drawings and reports and click on here perform numbering and select this number modified objects to create numbering. Click on the save numbers. Okay, now I'm going to create this column fabrication drawing. So select this column, right click on mouse create drawing and assembly drawing. You have two methods to create drawings. If you want to create a single part drawing separate, then you need to create this single part drawing here and assembly drawing separately. Currently we are working on this fabrication drawings, include single part drawings in one drawing. So click on this assembly drawing to create assembly drawing for this column, and single part drawings also we are going to create in same sheet instead of creating single part drawing separate. Okay, you can see create drawing finished, one drawing created successfully for this column. So use the shortcut Control L for open drawing list, or you can click on this document manager to open this drawing list. Click on this drawing and scroll it. You can see now we have drawing number C1. So double click on this drawing to open. You can see drawing is opened. So close this window here. By default you will get assembly drawing of this column like this. Okay, now we're going to create the dimensions and everything from scratch. So just remove this bottom view, click on it and remove it, and remove this side view also, and top view also, and section views. Now we're going to remove all dimensions. We're going to create fresh and neat dimensions from scratch. So to remove all dimensions at once, double click on this option, select dimensions in drawings, double click on it to activate only this option in this filter. So drag and select entire drawing and delete all dimensions, and select this option, select all, for activate all filters like this. Okay, now I'm going to remove this center line. So double click on it and remove this center line here, and click on modify, apply. Okay, and remove this part mark. You can see you'll get column like this. You can see now we have column with a base plate and gusset plates here, and these are the stiffeners, and we have holes in flanges. Okay, if you want to increase the scale of this drawing, just double click on this view border. By default we have scale here 1/15. For example, we're going to take 1/10 scale and zoom out here and click on modify to see the result. You can see now we have scale like this. If you want to compress this drawing, now click on this attributes 2, and let's take here length. By default you have 1320. Let's take here 1100. Click on modify it to just compress the drawing, and click on OK. Click on space to deselect this view. Click on this outer box and use the left mouse key to drag and place it here. Okay, now I'm going to create a single part drawings for this assembly. So you need to select this filter option, select parts in drawing. So double click on it to activate only this filter, select parts. So drag and select entire part. Now right click on mouse, create single part views. You can see now created all single part drawings here. So select this option, select all, and click on here and drag and place it here. Now have all drawings here. So click on space, right click on mouse, arrange drawing views. Click on this option to arrange all drawings, and click on here and drag and place it here. And I'm going to adjust this drawing. So let's click on here and drag and place it like this. You can see now in our bill of material we have part number P1, P4, P6, P7, P8. So now I'm going to create part numbers first in this assembly. So click on this column, right click on mouse, add mark and applied to create part number here. Currently we have the part number, assembly number here. We need to create part number. So double click on it and remove this assembly number and select this part position. Click on add and click on modify. You can see now we have part number P1. This is the I section profile part number P1. Okay, if you want to create arrow here, so click on this general and click on here. Let's take this option, click on modify it to get arrow like this. Okay, if you want to remove this frame, click on here and select the first option, click on modify to remove frame like this. Okay, click on apply. Okay, now I'm going to create remaining parts. So select this one, right click on mouse, add part. Otherwise you can create all parts at once. Better to create like this. Select it, right click on mouse, add mark and apply it to create P4 part number, and select this cassette plate, right click on mouse, add mark and apply to create P7 part number. Similarly we have this part here, add mark and applied. We have part number P8 and drag and select this stiffeners, right click on mouse, add mark and applied. We have this P6 parts on both sides, so we have BS indicates both side, double click on it. If you are not getting this BS, you need to select this fitting, click on add and modify to get this both side option, and close this window. And now coming to here, select these stiffeners, drag and select it, right click on mouse, add mark and applied. Now I have P6 part on both sides like this. Select this part. If you want to move with arrow, use the shortcut shift and left mouse key to drag and place it like this. Just you want to adjust this part without moving this arrow, just use the left mouse key and drag and place like this. Okay, now you can see, now we have part number P1 ISMB 400 here. This is the P1, and we have P4. This is the base plate P4, and next we have P6. These are the stiffeners of P6. We have both sides, so we have 2 and 2 4 stiffeners. You can see in our quantity, you can see P6 we have 4 quantity, and P7 1 and P8 1. Now coming to P7, this is the P7 and this is the P8 part number 8. Okay, now coming to single part drawings. First of all, we are going to create the P1 part number, dimensions and profile number and everything. So now coming to this one, this is the part 1. So delete this number and select it, right click on mouse, add mark and applied. You can see now I have the part number P1. We have total length here 4980. Now coming to the bill of material, you can see the total length 4980. Now this profile should be ISMB 400 from this bill of material. You can see now no need to enter here the profile number. If you want to mention profile number in part, so double click on it, select this profile and click on add and click on modify. You can see now I have part number P1 and profile. If you want to mention this ISMB 400 profile in bracket, now click on here and select this text, and we need to enter here add, and let's take this one and click on OK. Similarly, select the second option and select this one and OK. Select this profile and click on move, modify. You can see you can create in bracket like this. Otherwise, if you want to mention in frame, then remove this bracket option, select this profile and click on add frame, click on modify. You can see you will get in bracket. If you want to remove this frame, select it, click on remove and modify it like this. Okay, currently we don't require this profile because in bill of material we have the profile information here ISMB 400. So just remove this profile, click on modify, apply, OK, and drag and place it like this. Now I have part number P1 and we have total length 4980. Now I'm going to create dimensions. In top view, we have top view of this part, so just click on here and drag and place it nearby it. We have dimensions by default dimensions from center of beam to top hole and bottom hole 40 40, and we have this dimension also from edge of beam to edge of this member to hole dimensions like this. Now we have hole size also default hole dimension like this. Hold the shift on left mouse key to adjust this whole dimension like this. Okay, if you want to edit this dimension, double click on it. In print, D will not be appear, so select this D and click on here and select this option. For example, let's take green color, click on modify it and apply. Okay, D indicates the dia. We have 4 number of holes and dia 18 dia hole, so you can create a hole dimension like this. If you want to change this hole type, then double click on it. You can change from these options, hole diameter and the number of bolts we have in this option available elements. You can change as you require. Okay, now we're going to create part number here, so double click on it and remove this part and select this part, right click on mouse, add mark and apply to create add part mark P1 like this. Now I'm going to create total dimension, so click on dimensioning and select this horizontal distance and pick the first point and pick the second point and click on press the scroll button to place the dimension. Right click on interrupt, double click on it. Now I'm going to change this arrow type, so click on appearance and select this arrow shape, this one, and click on modify, apply, OK, like this. If you want to apply the property of this dimension to this one, color and everything, so double click on this dimension and select this dimension, then click on modify to apply the same property to remaining dimension. Okay, now I have this part and P1 part information, total length, and we have whole size and whole dimensions for this single part drawing to create this column. Now coming to P2 part, next part we have P4. Now P4 is the base plate, so now coming to here P4, this is the P4 part, base plate. We have the section, we don't require this section, so remove it, and this one also remove. And we have this dimensions, we have 50, edge distance 100, and we have default dimensions here, so no need to create the extra dimensions. These dimensions are more than enough. We have whole size also here. Double click on it, select it, and let's take the color green, click on modify, apply, OK. In this part we require total length and width and this whole dimensions here. So if you want to create this dimension, then select this dimension, right click on mouse, add point, and click on here to place the dimension, right click on mouse, interrupt, like this. Okay, now we need to create the part number, so click on this base plate, right click on mouse, add mark, and applied. Now we have the part number P4, like this. Okay, P4 part number base plate information we have here. You can see now we have plate thickness and width and length, like this. Now I'm going to arrange these drawings in order, so let's take this P1 drawing first here. So click on this drawing and drag and place it here, P1, and drag and place it here, this one, and this one also drag and place it like this, and this one also drag, select the outer boundary and drag and place it like this. Now select this base plate and place it like this here. Now coming to this view, we can see by practical length should be higher and width should be less. So now I'm going to edit this drawing, so double click on this boundary of this view. Okay, let's change this scale 1/10 and length we're going to maintain 200. Now click on modify it. I'm going to increase the length now, so let's take here length 600, click on modify it, like this, and close this window. Okay, click on OK to close this window. Similarly, we need to enter the same value in top view also, so double click on it. Let's take the scale 1/10 and length we're going to take a 600, click on modify it and click on OK. You can see now I have whole size here, and this is the dimension, and this is part number, like this. Now here the part 1 information here. Now coming to base plate information, we have like this. Okay, in this part we should include the dimension here, total length and width and whole dimensions and whole part mark and base plate part mark. That's it. Now coming to next part number P6. Now coming to P6 part here. P6 is the stiffener, I think. Okay, stiffener. So P6 stiffener, this is the P6 part. So remove this section and this section also. Just we require this dimension. Okay, in this drawing, in this dimension we have total length and total width, and we have this chamfer dimension here. Okay, just to remove this dimension, I'm going to create separately. So click on this horizontal dimension, pick the first point and pick the second point and next point here to place it here, and double click on it and click on here and select outside. Now click on modify to create dimension like this. Click on OK. You can see now I have clear dimension. From edge to this corner dimension we have 6, and from this corner to this corner distance we have 16 millimeter. Similarly, we need to create same dimension at here. So select this horizontal distance and pick the first point here, and pick the second point and next point. Press the scroll button to place the dimension. Right click mouse interrupt and click on this dimension, and use the left mouse key to drag and place it like this properly. You can see now I have total length of this plate and total width, and we have this notch dimension 14 and edge distance and this side. Okay, that's it. Now click on here and drag and place it properly. Now here also. Now we need to create part number. So select this one, right click on mouse, add mark and applied. Now have the part number P6 like this. Now have the part number and total length and width and chamfer dimension here also like this. That's it about this stiffener. P6 part number. You can see the information P6 part number, plate thickness here, profile. This is the width and this is the length, and quantity we have 4. Just arrange this part at here. So click on this boundary and drag and place it here by using the left mouse key. Okay, now coming to next part, we have P7. Now P7 is the gusset plate. You can see P7. So this is the P7. We have 2 gusset plates here. Just click on this part, right click on mouse, add mark and apply to. This is the P8, and now coming to this one, this is the P7. Add mark and applied. Okay, now I'm going to arrange this part at here. We don't require this section, so drag and select and delete it, and this one also delete. Now have dimensions here. These dimensions are very clumsy, so now we're going to create dimensions fresh and from scratch. So delete this all dimensions like this. Now have the part number P7. Drag and place it here. Now we're going to create, first of all we need to create base this plate dimension. So select this vertical distance and pick the first point. Before that, we're going to adjust this part number here. Okay, now I'm going to create this part dimension. So select this vertical distance and pick the first point, and pick the second point to create total width, and we need to create this dimension. So pick the first point and second point, and click on here to place the dimension, and click on here and drag and place it like this. Okay, now coming to in horizontal direction, click on it and pick the first point, and pick the second point to create total length, and click on here to place this cutting dimension like this, and click on it, drag and place it properly for these dimensions like this. Now have total length and total width, and we have the cutting dimensions here. This dimension is more than enough to create this plate. Now coming to these holes, we need to create a hole dimension. So click on this vertical distance and pick the first point, and pick the second point, and click on here to place the dimension. Right click on mouse interrupt, click on drag and place it here. You can flip this dimension in this side. So click on this dimension, right click on mouse, flip outside to flip this other side of this dimension like this. Now coming to horizontal dimension, select this horizontal distance and pick the first point and second point here and next point here, and press the scroll button to place the dimension. Right click mouse interrupt and click on this part and hold the shift and left mouse key to adjust the position of this part number like this, and drag and place it this dimension properly like this. Okay, now we're going to place this part number here, and now to create whole dimension. So select this hole, right click on mouse, add mark and apply to create whole dimension. Hold the shift and left mouse key to adjust the position like this. Okay, now you can see now I have 2 number of holes with the dia 18. Okay, if you want to remove this frame, then double click on it, click on this general and click on here and remove this frame, and click on modify, apply, OK like this. If you want to apply the same property for this one, then double click on it and select this one and click on modify. Similarly, select this one and click on modify it. Okay, that's it. Okay, now I'm going to click on this boundary and drag and place it here. Now coming to this one, same procedure, just remove these sections and remove these dimensions. Now I'm going to create these dimensions again. So remove this part number, just place it here. First of all, we need to create total length and total width of this plate. So select this horizontal distance and pick the first point and pick the second point and press the scroll button to place the dimension. Right click mouse interrupt, drag and place it upward direction. Now I'm going to create this cutting dimension. So select this horizontal distance and pick the first point and next point here and place it here. Right click mouse interrupt and click on here and drag and place it here. Now coming to this cutting dimension, so select this vertical and pick the first point and second point and place it here. Right click mouse interrupt and drag it and place it here. Okay, now we need to create total width. So select this vertical distance, pick the first point and second point and place it here like this. Okay, you can see now we have total width and length and we have cutting dimensions. This is more than enough to create this plate. Now coming to this whole dimension, so select this vertical distance and pick the first point. First of all, we need to select this plate, then select this vertical distance and pick the first point and second point and click on here to place the dimension. Right click mouse interrupt. Now select it, right click on mouse, flip outside to create dimension in this direction. Now we need to create a horizontal dimension, so select this horizontal distance and pick the first point and next point here and next point and press the scrolling wheel button to place the dimension. Right click mouse interrupt and click on it and drag and place it here. Now I'm going to create whole dimension, so select this whole, right click on mouse, add mark and applied to create whole like this. Now we have two number of holes with the dia 18. Okay, now I'm going to arrange this drawing here, so click on this boundary and drag and place it here like this. Okay, now I want to arrange this drawings little bit right side, so drag and select all views. Now drag and place it here. Okay, now click on it and drag and place it little bit right side. Okay, now we have created all single part drawings here. You can see P1, P4, P6, P8. You can see now I have P1 and this is the P4 and this is the P6 and this is the P7 and this is the P8. Now coming to this assembly dimensions, we need to create assembly dimensions and welding symbols in this drawing, assembly drawing. So now I have P1 already created here. So now coming to this P4. So we need to create section view to placement of this plate versus this profile. So click on view and select this section view, pick the first point and second point and pick the first point and second point for cut box and click on here to create view at this location like this. Okay, by default you have the dimensions here from center of hole to center of column, and here these dimensions indicates this column should be at the center of this base plate. So this is necessary dimensions to create the placement of this column at the center of this base plate. Now I'm going to reduce this arrow size, so double click on this arrow. Let's take here number 5, click on modify it. Now we're going to adjust this arrow little bit top side, so let's take here 5, click on modify it and OK, and click on here and drag and place it like this nearby it. If you want to remove this hatching, then double click on it, click on fill and click on here and select none and click on modify, apply, OK, like this. Okay, now I'm going to create part number here, so select this base plate, right click on mouse, add mark and applied to create part number P4 here, base plate part number P4. Now coming to this column part number, we have P1, so we need to create part number here, select it, right click on mouse, add mark and applied, click on here and drag and place it here like this. like this. Okay, that's it. Now select it and drag and place it properly. Now have section view, section AA. So now we have the placement of this column versus P1 versus P4. Now we need to create welding symbol here. So go to annotations and select this weld mark and pick the first point and second point to create weld mark and double click on it. We need to create near side around weld. So remove this symbol and remove this size. Click on here and select it and enter here 6 to create near side and around weld. So click on here and select around option, click on modify, apply OK to create like this. If you want to change the weld size, you can enter here weld size as you require, then click on modify, apply OK, like this. Okay, now coming to this part number P7. So now I want to create a section view to place this plate versus this column. So click on view and select this section view and pick the first point and second point and pick the first point of cut line and pick the second point of cut box and click on here to place the section and click on here. Let's take this section view here and let's take this section view like this. Yeah. Okay, in this dimension we required the edge distance. So now we're going to create this one and double click on it. Just remove the center line and hatching. So remove it and click on modify, apply OK. Now I'm going to create part number for this column P1. Similarly, we need to create part number for this plate P7 like this. Now have the part number P1 and P7. Now coming to this dimension, we should mention this dimension. So click on this dimensioning and select this vertical distance and pick the first point from edge and pick the second point here and press the scroll button to place the dimension. You can see from top view, from edge of this flange to this plate distance we have 70 in this view. Now coming to here, we should mention this dimension also here from edge of this column to top of this gusset plate dimension. So click on this dimensioning and select this vertical distance and pick the first point here and pick the second point and press the scroll button to place the dimension. You can see from column edge to top of this gusset plate distance we have 360 and from edge to this plate distance we have 70 millimeters. Now we need to mention here this weld symbol. So go to annotations and select this weld mark and pick the first point and second point to create the weld mark. So let's take here, double click on it. By default we're going to create here single side weld. So let's take here, remove this around weld like this. If you want to create double side, then you need to enter here this size and enter here weld size and click on modify to create double side weld like this. Currently we require only single side weld, so let's take this one. Similarly, we need to create the dimensions for this plate. So go to dimensioning and select this vertical distance from edge to this distance. Here 773 from edge of this column to this gusset plate distance P8. Now we need to create section view. So click on this views and select this section view and pick the first point here and pick the second point and pick this first point of the cut box and pick the second point of the cut box to cover the plate and column and click on here to place this section view. Right click on interrupt. Now have section view here and delete this dimension and click on here and drag and place it nearby it like this. Remove the hatching and center line, so double click on it and remove center line tick mark and fill and click on here and select none and click on modify, apply OK. Now we need to create part number. So select this column, right click on mouse, add mark and apply to create part number P1 and arrange here. Select this plate, right click on mouse, add mark and apply to create part number P8. Now to create dimensions, so click on dimensioning and select the vertical distance and pick the first point here and pick the second point to create this vertical dimension like this. Now coming to here, we need to create weld mark. So go to annotations and select this weld mark and pick the first point and pick the second point to create weld mark like this. Okay, this is more than enough. Now coming to this P6 part number, so we need to create the dimensions. So click on this dimensioning and select this vertical distance, and this first P6 part exactly at the edge of this plate, so no need to mention the dimensions. So pick the first point and second point to create the dimension for this plate, and press the scroll wheel button to place the dimension like this. Okay, now we need to create a section view for this placement of this P6. So click on this view and select this section and pick the first point and second point, and pick the first point and second point of the cut box and click on here to place the dimension like this. Okay, remove the hatching, so double click on it and go to fill and click on here and select the none and click on modify apply. Now I want to remove this center line, so go to content and remove this center line, click on modify apply, okay, like this, and drag and place it like this one also nearby it. Okay, now here we need to create part numbers first. So select this column, right click on mouse, add mark and applied to create part number like this. Now select this stiffener, right click on mouse, add mark and applied. We have P6, select it, right click on mouse, add mark and applied like this. So now we need to mention the weld mark here. So go to annotations and select this weld mark and pick the first point and pick the second point to create weld mark on both sides. So double click on it, just mention here typical in the reference note, just type here TYP. Now click on modify apply, okay, to create the same weld size at here and at this location. This typical indicates this same for remaining plate location also. Okay, just place it like this. Okay, that's it. Now we can arrange these views properly, so click on it and drag and place it here. Okay, now use the shortcut Ctrl S for save the drawing. Okay, that's it about how to create fabrication drawing like this. Now close this window here. Now go to drawing list by using the shortcut Ctrl L. Now we have created C1 drawing here, so select this drawing, right click on mouse, click on here print to convert this drawing into PDF. So select this option PDF, click on here to see the preview, then click on here print to create PDF file and close this window. If you want to export this file into AutoCAD, then select it, right click on mouse, click on this option export, then we need to select this option open folder when finished. Now DWG indicates the AutoCAD file format. You can change this year of AutoCAD format. Now click on export to export this drawing into AutoCAD file. Now close this window. Okay, that's it about how to create fabrication drawing for this column. If you like this video, please like it and share it. If you have any doubts, please comment below. For more Tekla structure related videos, please go to my channel youtube.com/GaniSK. I will provide this link in the description below of this video. Please go through it and come here. Under videos, you can find out so many Tekla structure related videos. I hope these videos might be helpful to you. And at the top right corner, please click on subscribe button. If you subscribe, you will get notification or updates when uploading new video. So please click on subscribe. Okay, thank you.